Всім привіт, добро пожаловать из Моskva. Hello everybody and welcome from Moscow. More specifically, the Bskaya area of Moscow, where right now I'm walking towards the metro station. Now the metro in Moscow was first opened in 1935 with only 11 kilometers of track and 13 stations. Right now, 2024, as I'm making this, it has around 300 stations, depending whether you include the outer rings or not. And it's the biggest metro system in the world outside of China. So what are we going to do today? Well, I want to show you some of the wonderful, beautiful stations in the metro system. Now, I can't show you all 300, and I've certainly not been to all 300. So out of all the ones I've been to, I've chosen 5 stations that I think are the most beautiful, interesting, with the best architecture. And I'm going to try and show you some of them and hopefully tell you a little bit about them as well. Let's go. Now before we get to the station, I should probably tell you a little bit about how to use the metro. Now you can buy a ticket at an office, but a lot of the stations are unmanned and they only have machines to buy tickets from. You can also pay with a card to get through the turnstile, which, I mean, it costs almost nothing. I don't even know what it is in rubles, but I'd imagine in dollars it'd probably be about less than 50 cents. So what you do need is one of these, a Troika card. Now a Troika card gets you per month for 2,700 rubles, unlimited travel on the metro, the bus, the tram, etc. And Moscow is the type of city that no matter where you are, you're never sort of more than 5-10 minute walk from at least a bus stop, a metro station, a tram. It gets you all over. So for what costs probably about £20 UK, maybe $30 US, you get one of these for a month and you get to go anywhere. Right, so we'll get to Bskaya Station. Now this isn't one of the most beautiful, so I'm not going to show you much about this one, but this is the one we're getting on at. So on the orange line, a little bit south of the centre, and you could probably be at the Red Square Kitaygorod station in about 15 minutes. Now here we are at our first station, Bskaya, on the brown line. Let's have a look. Got some beautiful chandeliers on the wall, different mosaics. As you can see, there's chandeliers all the way down, even if we come across to where the actual trains come in. Now one thing I should mention, I probably shouldn't have decided to do this video at 5 o'clock on a Monday afternoon. It's very busy. Right, we're going to go up the escalator, go outside just to show you what it looks like from the outside. One thing you notice about the walls when you're coming up the escalators and inside the metro of Moscow is there's no advertising. No advertising whatsoever. So obviously if you were in the London Underground, New York subway, you're going to see constant posters trying to sell you things. Absolutely nothing. They keep the character of it all the way up until you get out. We're just getting to the top here and you'll see this sort of grand architecture. Now I'm not 100% sure if you're able to see that on the camera where it says Kievskaya Vaksal. Vaksal is the word in Russian for train station. And the reason I'm telling you that is it's actually one of the words that the first words I was able to remember when I was starting to learn Russian. And the reason I could remember it was because it sounded a bit like Vauxhall, which is Vauxhall in the UK, is a type of car, but it's also a place. The theory goes, whether it's 100% true or not, I don't know. But when the Russian railway was being developed, engineers went over to London to study the British transport system, the train system. And they noticed that almost every train went through Vauxhall in London. And they established that that was the name for a main hub. Whether it is, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just the name of the station in London, the name of the place in London. I don't think it actually means anything. But Vauxhall, in the English word, sounds a bit like Vaxhall. And they say that's how the word train station was developed into Vaxhall. Now whether that's true or not I don't know, but I think it's a nice story. Right, we're going to jump back down because we need to go from the brown line onto the blue line to our next station. Let's go. Right, so we're jumping round from the brown line to the blue line for our next station. Parkour. Now, although it's not one of the most beautiful stations, I do like the simplicity of it. But the reason I brought you here is it's actually the deepest station in the whole of Moscow, and it's got one of the longest escalators in the whole of Europe. Apparently from the bottom to the top you're on it for about 3 minutes. So I think what we should do is have a little look. Now if you look all the way down, especially when you come to the end here, we look all the way down, especially when there's not a lot of people, and we'll stand right in the middle. I think it's pretty cool. Now one thing that's interesting is every time a metro leaves, this little clock here will start, and it should be between 1 minute and 90 seconds before the next one gets to the platform. So as this one's just coming up for 122, 123, 124, the next one should be arriving. So in Moscow you could never really be late. So if you miss one, there's always one right behind it. Welcome to Bskaya on the blue line. Let's have a look around. The attention to detail is just, for a metro station, is just unreal. Now, one thing you've got to know when you're in Moscow and you get off at a stop, usually most metro stations have got about up to 8 exits. So you've got to look at these things here. So exit 1 to 6 that way, exit 8 that way. Because when you get here and you're meeting someone, and if you come out the wrong exit, then you can be like a kilometre away from where you need to be. So Bskaya is actually the second longest station in Moscow, and it's extremely deep as well, because it was designed to not only be a station but double as a bomb shelter if needed as well. Let's have a walk along the station. So if you're in Bskaya and you're arranging to meet someone, don't tell them that you're going to meet them the time you get off of the train, because it takes about 10 minutes just to get out of the station. You've got to walk right along the second longest station, and then when you hit the escalator, you're so far down that it's going to take us a while to get out of here. Right, it's raining, but I'm dedicated to the video. Hope you appreciate it. Right, check out this cinema, because I think it's pretty cool. That was was it worth walking down in the rain. It's not rained here for about 6 months, so obviously it's too cold in the winter, so I've not actually experienced the rain for a long time. So now I'm wet, I'm also hungry. Right, if you're coming to Moscow to make a YouTube video, don't make it at like 5:30 on a Monday in the metro. What a terrible decision. Welcome to Ploshad Revolucji, which is Revolution Square. Now Revolution Square is decorated with 76 different statues depicting various people of the Soviet Union, farmers, athletes, writers, soldiers. Let's have a look at some of them. Now apparently it's good luck to rub certain areas of the statues. The soldier's pistol, well that's not a euphemism, and the student's shoe. Let's have a look, see what we can find. Right, I think it's the female student's shoe, so let's give it a go. Oh, good luck. Hopefully there's some good luck. Right, let's go right to the end and have a look. Right, hopefully my good luck is in and this video will be somewhat entertaining for everybody that's still watching. Right, I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm hungry, but we've got one more station to go. Okay, welcome to the last station. we made it. We got to the 5th station. I want to show you my personal favourite, Mayakov metro station. There's around 34 of these murals on the ceiling, each depicting something different, showing 24 hours of Soviet life. It's a little bit noisy with the trains coming in and out, but Mayakovskaya is made up of Stalinist architecture, famously used as a World War II air raid shelter, and it said Joseph Stalin himself took refuge down here. You've really got to remember that this is just one of around 300 stations, each decorated individually. It just goes to show how beautiful, clean, spectacular these stations are. No graffiti, no advertising, just beautiful design. Alright, there we have it. I'm back at my station, Shavalovskaya. I'm cold, I'm wet, but we got 5 stations. So that was just the 5 stations that I like the best, but maybe out of the 300 or so, there's other ones that could be better. So if you think there's a better station that I should have visited, put it in the comments, and maybe we can make a second video of another 5. But anyway, if you made it through the video with me, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.